My name is Kane Jamison. I'm the founder of Content Harmony. We're a content marketing software and agency based in Seattle. So we work on content marketing projects driven by PR and paid social and link acquisition. And then we've also started building content marketing software that allows us to kind of speed up the process of content research and helping our writers understand what we want from the content we're producing. So the talk I'm giving tomorrow is focused on search intent, and specifically what we've spotted when we're trying to work with an SEO team and writers together is that conveying search intent to those writers is really hard to do without training them. And so we've basically started working on a process where we can automatically detect or classify search intent for a keyword and help the writers understand in a framework what type of keyword it is, whether their users are looking for video or local results or they're trying to research something. That type of intent really matters. So I think the key to content production is really understanding what type of content you're producing and what your goal is. Obviously the approach you're going to take for a bottom of funnel conversion landing page or a product page on an e-commerce site is entirely different than the approach that you're going to take on a piece of blog content or a buyer's guide or kind of higher top of funnel types of topics. And then you start getting into brand, tone and voice and style and things like that, those harder to nail subjective qualities of the content. Putting together all of those pieces effectively to do long form content, evergreen content, informational content, data-driven content, whatever type of approach you're taking. I think understanding what you're doing and what your goals are going into it and matching up the right process to that effort is the biggest challenge for most people that are starting out with content marketing, especially when SEO results are the main thing they're going after. So what we're seeing with search intent in Google search results is there are entire keyword sets and types of queries where you can't just write a longer piece of content, you can't just build more links to a URL that you have targeting a specific keyword if the actual format of the content doesn't match what Google wants to show users. You're just not going to show up for it. Videos are a classic example. If Google is showing a featured snippet with a video pack and then 3 video thumbnail YouTube URLs, you simply can't show up and be visible for that topic and that query unless you are producing video content. And so it's very possible that your team goes through a process without actually looking at the search intent for that query, produces a nice long form piece of blog content or something, and then you never get the traffic outcome that you're expecting to get from it because you didn't take the time to study the intent of the keyword. So just more and more over the past few years, we've noticed there are classic SEO approaches with brute forcing links and content that just will not work in a lot of keyword categories that they used to. So for us, how we're approaching that, aside from analyzing intent, is looking at keywords on a few different difficulty types, whether the content is going to be highly competitive or whether it's a link-driven search result or whether it's more of a format and intent-driven search result where we have to match the type of content that Google expects to show a user for that keyword. So the way we've started approaching search intent and classifying it is, rather than a traditional informational, navigational, transactional framework, we've taken it and started focusing on more feature-driven types of labels. And so things like visual content, where image packs are one of the prominent results, video-driven results, transactional results that are very shopping, purchase-driven. We've started taking those and layering those different intent types together so that it's easier for us to say, this is a transactional and a research search intent keyword where this person is obviously looking to buy something, but they're still in a research phase. It's not like they are looking for the best deal on it. They're still trying to understand what is the best option to purchase from a variety of options. And so with that overlapping intent types and being able to track that against things Google is telling us in the search result with shopping packs and all the other vertical search features they're showing, that's how we've been able to start classifying 9 or 10 different intent types, doing that over a broad set of keywords, and then scoring them on a 1 to 3 scale, depending on the amount of intent we see based on how critical that format or that intent type is to that keyword. So I've been coming to Engage since 2012. I live up in Seattle. Being able to just take a couple-hour trip down to Portland and get a world-class conference at less than half the cost of what other conferences typically run is incredibly valuable to me, to catch up with industry people I want to talk to and see new speakers, meet people I haven't met before. So having all that, not quite in my backyard, but just down the street in what some people would call a regional conference is incredible. The speaker quality is just as good as all the national level conferences that we go to, and now that they've expanded out to 2 days, it doubles the amount of conversations I get to have with friends and new people in the industry. My motto in life. All things in moderation, I think.